This was the most apex fight night, if that makes sense. UFC Fight Night Moicano versus Duncan literally just wrapped up. Duncan just tapped. I watched and listened like to 2 words Moicano said in the interview, and then I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make the video. But yeah, wrapped up. Let's go through it. I went pretty good on my predictions. I think I got every main card right except the main event. But let's just get right into it, starting with the main event that just finished. Renato Moicano, Money Man Moicano versus Chris Duncan. Moicano looking like himself again. It's crazy. It really is. His last fight against Beneil Dariush is Beneil Dariush just that good? Have we been overlooking Beneil Dariush? Could he win against Quinlan Killed? I don't know. But Moicano looked great, dude. First round, he goes out there, pepper in that jab, the sweet pea special, just lighting Chris Duncan up. Shoots, I think, maybe 3 takedowns. 2 takedown attempts. Duncan stuffs all of them. Tries to leg kick Moicano. Moicano literally checks almost all of them. And it's just looking like Moicano's just going to be using that sweet pea special. Getting that win. Second round, things liven up. Chris Duncan getting more shots in. And then Moicano just lands a flush left hook right on Chris Duncan's chin. Now listen, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that sucks. That's not good for my pick. But I'm still kind of confident because we've seen Chris Duncan get dropped. We've seen him get hurt badly, especially against Terrence McKinney, his last fight. And then he comes back. So I wasn't that worried. I mean, I was worried, of course, but I was like, okay, Chris Duncan, he can come back. And then Moicano gets the body triangle, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. And then eventually, in the middle of him getting the body triangle, I may have thought that, oh, Chris Duncan, he's okay. He can defend. He's got decent grappling. He can defend, and then eventually just the rear naked choke just taps him. But holy shit, dude. Where was this Moicano at against Beneil Dariush? Is Dariush just still that good? It's honestly crazy to me. But I feel bad for Chris Duncan. I really do. They were this entire build up, and right before the fight, they were talking about these guys were teammates. This is one of those times where you don't want to fight a teammate, dude. Chris Duncan fought a teammate in his last fight, or no, his second to last fight against Rebecki, whatever's how you pronounce it. But they were teammates. Maybe not as full teammate-wise as Moicano and Duncan, but they trained together. So it's not like they were just making it a really big deal for no reason. It was a bit weird, but incredible win for Moicano. Literally, it's exactly what he needed, Shout out Money Man Moicano. I was wrong. But yeah, Chris Duncan, just get him back on the pay-per-views. He's so fucking entertaining. So yeah. Next up, we got the co-main, Werner Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. I predicted 29-28. That was the decision, 29-28. Easy decision. Not a lot happened, just grappling from Jandiroba. First round, it looked like she was going to have a bit of trouble getting the takedown, but eventually she did. And yeah, she just controlled on the ground pretty much. Third round, it was closer, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck to say. What do I say? Good win for Jandiroba. Title shot next? Hell no. But yeah, and then we got Abdul Rahman Yakayev versus Brunson Ribeiro. Honestly, when this fight went off, Ribeiro landed, 8 good shots, and I was thinking holy shit, is this gonna be one of those upsets? And I was like, holy fuck, is this gonna happen? And Abdul gets the gets the back. Ribeiro goes for his Kimura like 2 times. That I'm pretty sure he's only gotten like once or twice. Ah, shit, that's a crafty pull for a grappler. I'll talk about the Kimura grappling with Esteban Ribovic in my prediction video for 327. Speaking of 327, Joshua Van pulled out week's notice, I guess, for a minor injury, and then now it's at 328. I think that's actually really good. 328 needed it. There was some bangers. I know Yoel Alvarez versus that one Swedish or Polish, whatever his background is. That's a fight that's added. That's a banger. Marco Tulio versus Roman Kopylov. That's a banger. So there's some bangers, but it needed something for the main event, or the main card. And Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira is the co-main event, which I think that's perfect. 327 is already stacked. We got Cub Swanson, Nate Lanoir. I've been already watching tape on that. I'm so excited for that fight. That's stacked. Anyways, but the co-main event being Paulo Costa versus Azamat Mirzakhanov. Holy shit. Forgot his name for a second in the voice crack. But that's a bit of a weak co-main. But that's a good fight. Weak co-main. You know what I mean? But yeah. Ethan Ewing. This is my dude. Fuck, man. I honestly wish he didn't beat Wellmaker, only because, like, you know how people, and honestly me too, were really excited for Joshua Van. We watch his fights and everything. We're like, this guy's going to be really good. And he's a prospect, really good prospect, but the casuals don't really know him. Maybe it's that case with Ethan Ewing still, but I think his performance and his win against Malcolm Wellmaker, because Wellmaker was so, I wouldn't say like so famous, but like really popular even to the casual fans because he was knocking everyone out. But Ewing got some of that popularity. I wish it didn't happen, only because I wish it was like the Joshua event. I wish this guy could be my secret prospect that the casuals don't know of and the hardcore fans know of. Maybe that's still the case. Maybe it's not this like as the same as Joshua Van, but still kind of, you know what I mean? But he fucked this weight bully up. Fuck the weight bully. Fuck Rafael Estevam. Cut him. He fucking sucks. Dude, he misses weight at least like 2 or 3 times in flyweight, and then he moves up to bantamweight, dude. He moves up a weight class, and he has the audacity to still miss weight. What the fuck are you doing? And Ethan Ewing stuffed all takedowns. This guy's sprawls are so nice. This guy's combos are so nice. Everything about him is so nice. I love him. He's great. Great prospect. So fucking excited to keep watching him. Cut Rafael Estevam. That guy fucking sucks. Great. I predicted a 29-28 decision. But, dude, this was domination. Domination. It really was. 67-48 significant strikes. That's crazy. That is insane. And then the body shot. This was like a... If there was like a nickname you could give this fight night, just give it body shot. Because there was at least... Yeah, there was only 2, but 2 body shot KOs. Shit, man. But then we get to Tommy McMillan versus Manuel Zucchini. This was a banger of a fight for as long as it lasted. Tommy McMillan just absolutely not giving a fuck about anything, and then just swinging. Zucchini was swinging too. Tommy McMillan's coach, Tim, yeah, that's his name, Tim Sugar's coach, he was just screaming, chaos! Something like Marab's coach does. You know, like, go get him, Marab. Shit like that. And, I mean, that's all he really needs. Dude, he's got a Scarface tattoo on his chest. It makes perfect sense. Tommy McMillan, good prospect. Don't see him making top 5. I honestly don't see him making top 10. He honestly reminds me of, like, a Chris Duncan a little bit, you know? I don't see Chris Duncan making in the top 5, especially after tonight. I don't see him making the top 10, especially after tonight. But he's so fucking entertaining, and he's definitely skilled. But, like, the entertainment value is there. Who was it? Paul Felder? Yeah, I think it was Paul Felder after the TKO. He was like, "Yo, this is the next superstar." Get the fuck out of here, dude. This guy's getting starched by top 5, top 10. He's entertaining and he's a really good he's a good prospect. I won't like say no to that. But this guy just swings. He's not really technical. He swings. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter at all, but I don't see him top 10 material. Still, I'm excited to watch him fight. He's so fucking entertaining. He pushes the pedal. He has a great mentality. I'm excited to watch him rise. And shit, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we could see Tommy Guns McMillan becoming champ one day. I if he's champ, fuck me. I was wrong, but I won't be mad. This guy's got a mystery box tattoo on his right bicep, I'm pretty sure. That's awesome. That, with the Tommy gun. Tommy gun's my favorite COD gun in zombies. Let's just get on to the opener from the main card, Jose Delano versus Robert Ruchala. This was good. I did say that I thought this was going to be fight of the night. There was a lot of fight of the nights. And I guess that just happens with Apex fight nights. You know what I mean? But Jose Delano just pushing the pedal. Striking was looking crisp. Robert Ruchala landing sometimes, but no takedowns. They both were shooting. Both were able to stuff. Round 2, I'm pretty sure it happened. Or was it round 3? I don't remember. One of those rounds, the later rounds, Robert Ruchala was about to take. Jose Delano was about to take Robert Ruchala down. And then it was like the most obvious fence. It was a 2-hand fence grab. And who was it? Thomas Peterson. He was the ref for that. Thomas Peterson was like yelling, "Yo, get off the fence!" And Robert Ruchala still didn't. And then Peterson stepped in, was screaming, "Stop, stop, stop!" And then takes a point for good reason too. And you could see it before Peterson was like taking a point. Ruchala was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. No, stop. I'm sorry. Shit like that. It was funny, but it was a good scrap. Good scrap. Jose Delano, excited to see what he does. His striking's crisp. I like it. Then we get to Pat versus Thomas Peterson. Shit, dude. Once I heard Thomas Peterson walking out to "Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go." The Shrek theme song. Was it? What's the name? Hey Now? Is that the title? All-Star. No, it's All-Star. That's the title. Once I heard him walking out to that, and he was even letting a little show tune out. He looked like he was in there for a good time. You know, as soon as I saw his walkout, I was like, fuck, should have picked him. But yeah, I think they gave I guess they gave him a 10-8 for round 3 because he knocked Pat down and then controlled him for the entire round. 5 to 109 strikes, but 109 strikes, 16 significant strikes. That's low key kind of funny to me. But Gamble Pat just didn't really do anything. Thomas Peterson was actually landing good. I will say Pat looked good with the takedown defense. He managed to stuff 5 takedowns. Whoop-de-doo. But still just wasn't landing. Good win for Thomas Peterson. He looked great out there. Next champ material. No, he looked cool. Cut Pat, honestly. Then we get on to Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nickel. This was a really good fight for as long as it lasted. Both landing. Costa was just landing more. Oh, really? Stuart Nickel with more significant strikes. And, wow, that's kind of crazy to me. Yeah, I mean, the first round was pretty even, but Costa was looking good with his leg kicks too. And the body shots. Looked to be the faster guy. Nicole. Just got to be careful with that pronunciation. Got to be careful with that. Leaning on the edge with that. But Nicole was shot 1 takedown, was stuffed immediately by Costa. Second round, Costa gets 2 takedowns. stuffs his takedowns, just looks really good. And then eventually, with like 8 seconds left, gets a left hook to the body, TKO. It was brutal too. It was like one of the best body hooks I've ever seen. Immediately drops him. It's called off. Really good performance by Alessandro Costa. Yeah, the entire fight, Stuart Nickel was given that smile. I said in my prediction video, I predicted this too. This was the fight of the mean muggers versus the smilers. I said this, and I predicted it perfectly. You know, you could see Stuart Nickel in his picture. He looked. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's trying to mean mug, but he's actually a smiler. On the other hand, Costa in this picture, you could see he's kind of got a bit of a smile. You know, a little edge in those lips. But in reality, he's a mean mugger. It was mean muggers versus the smilers. Stuart Nickel, every time he got hit, was smiling. Costa, I don't think he smiled once. As soon as I saw that, I knew it was wraps for Stuart Nickel. Good performance by Alessandro Costa. I don't know what you do with Nickel. Nicole, gotta be careful. I don't know. Moving on. Lando Venata versus Darius Flowers. First round, Lando Venata shooting two takedowns, gets both of them. It was pretty competitive, I guess. Yeah, Darius Flowers in the last, I think like 10 seconds, slams Venata onto the ground with his like elbow in his rib cage, Venata's rib cage, and fucks it up tremendously. Is hurt. You could obviously see that. Second round, or like even before the second round, after the first, when he's on the stool, he's like, oh, like you could tell he's really hurting. He's trying to suck it up. And then immediately as round two starts, you can hear from the corner, or not the corner, or the commentary, I think I see his rib cage. I think I see something wrong. You know, I don't think so, but as soon as what's his name? Darius Flowers. As soon as Darius Flowers tripped Venata, it was wraps. He screamed out in pain. TKO. I don't know, dude. Cut fucking both of them, dude. Really, cut both of them. Start signing good fighters and stop letting go good fighters and keeping bad fighters. Really, Darius Flowers, 4 years in the UFC, and this is his first win. I get it. He even said the R word, which I'm not going to say. God bless me. But he said the R word in the post-fight interview, and he was like, oh, 3-day notice at Elevation. Like, okay. Yeah, all right. Quick water break. Good for him, I guess. And then he emotes after Venata gives up, too. It was weird. He gives like a, fuck you! Type of emote. I don't know. Cut both of them. Then we get to Elise Pereira versus Haley Cohen. This was the type of performance I was expecting out of Pereira in her debut, to be honest, against, what was her name? Rendon. And that was a terrible fight. This was a low-key a banger. Pereira was going out there round one swinging super fast, was actually throwing. Haley Cohen was, she was throwing too. She got one takedown. Pereira got back up. But yeah, and in the second round, it low-key looked a bit hairy. She gets the takedown on Pereira, but then she backs up. And brutal KO. Straight. I don't think Cohen was going for the takedown, but since Pereira has such a long leg reach and long leg height, length, width, whatever the fuck you say it, she just lifted her knee and it landed right in Haley Cohen's face, jaw, whatever. Like she was leaning into it. She knocks her out cold. Good performance by Elise Pereira. This is what I was expecting. Good. I wouldn't say maybe not prospect now. I would still say good prospect. But yeah. Moving on to, holy shit, 3 more fights. Asmat Bakoa versus Trey Gore. This was a crazy fight. I wonder if this gets fight of the night, really. Trey Gore, tough as fuck. Tough as shit. Competitive first round. No one gets a takedown. gets a takedown. Bekoev, he was landing good teeps to the body. They were both landing good leg kicks to the body too. But I think Bekoev won in that aspect. He landed better ones in between round 1 and 2. Gore's coach was like, his only weapon is the leg kick to the body. Left kick to the body. That turns out to not to be true because in round 2 he gets knocked down with I think a right hand. Tresean Gore, it looks really rough. It looks like it's about to get stopped. He survives. He does. Bekoev gasses out. It's fucking terrible, dude. You see these guys, and it's just like, look at their physiques. I know the physiques doesn't mean anything, but if you look at their physique, you would kind of think that one, they would either have the IQ to not really try to gas themselves out, know when to stop pushing the pedal, you know what I mean? Or two, having a really good gas tank. And it turns out he had neither. Gasses himself out, survives round 2. Round 3 just is looking fucking brutal. 28 to 24. Is that right? I swear Bekoev landed at least like less than 10 strikes. Tresean Gore goes out there. We know Bekoev's gassed. He goes out there, brutal leg kicks. Bekoev limping and shit, switching stances. And then eventually Tresean Gore gets the takedown. Bekoev, he gets in full mount too. Lands some ground and pound. Bekoev grapples out. No, good. Fuck, I'm blanking on the. What's the word? What's the word? Just grapples out. Good. What the fuck I'm forgetting the word. The word where like two grapplers are like, they're grappling and one negates one or like one position and then the other, and then he gets bound in position and then he gets the good, not good scrap, but like, holy shit, I'm blanking on the word. Maybe it'll come back to me. But he survives full mount, and then eventually Tresean Gore just gets the guillotine. He really just sunks that baby in. There's no resistance from Bekoev. Third, in his last 3 fights, including this one, all coming from guillotine. They were making a big thing out of that. I don't think that was a really big thing. But whatever. Good win for Tresean Gore. Everyone was counting him out. Tough as fuck. He really is. He kind of looks like it too. I know he actually doesn't look like it. Look at his face. He kind of looks like a cute fish you would see in the movie Shark Tales. He's got those fish eyes, like a Will Smith character fish eyes. You know what I mean? Good for him. Tough motherfucker. Good for him. Bekoev sucks. Then we get to this was a doozy. Dion Barbosa versus Melissa Gatto. The huge thing about this was in the second round, Barbosa reverses a position on the ground. Gatto stays on the ground. Barbosa gets up. It's kind of like, oh, should I infiltrate? Should I try to rain some ground and pound? She's standing up. There's space between them. Gatto goes to get back up. Her knee, I'm pretty sure her knee was off the ground, but her calf was still on the ground. Barbosa just wings a fucking soccer kick, basically a pride soccer kick at Melissa Gatto. And here's the thing: this might be a hot take. It didn't hit her face, and it hit her neck. And I also low key think she faked a bit. You know what I mean? Because it lands, brutal sound, really fucking loud. It lands, and you can kind of see Melissa Gatto react to it, and it's still up and moves back a bit, and then a second later she just goes out unconscious. I don't know. I guess the whole narrative with this is why would, when something, no matter what it was, when if something looks bad, why would you ask a doctor? Why would a doctor ask a fighter if they want to continue? You're the doctor. You should consider it. But doctor asks Gatto. Gatto's fine. Fight goes on. yeah, Barbosa was just busier on the feet and on the ground too. Gatto just didn't do anything and wins it. Majority decision. 2 majority decisions this fight, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I guess Barbosa took rounds 1 and 3. And round 2 was a 9-9. Oh, no, it was a 10-8. Should this have been a draw? Because I'm pretty sure she won this round. Gatto. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I mean, whatever. Crazy. Then we get on to, lastly, the first fight of the night. Kai Kamaka 3, the third, versus Dakota Hope. This was a banger. Dakota Hope was just going out there fucking swinging left and right the entire fight. It looked like he was gassed, but he was still swinging at like 85 miles per hour. Shout out him. Kai Kamaka the third, second stunt in the UFC, showing his craftiness, going to the body, going with the leg kicks. The leg kicks won him the fight, in my opinion. He was landing good calf kicks. It was really hurting Dakota Hope. And yeah, that's what won him. I do think he won rounds 2 and 3, and then lost the first round. This counts as a knockdown. This wasn't a knockdown. They head clashed, and Kai Kamaka kind of like stunned back. Am I fucking missing something? Did I miss a knockdown, like an actual knockdown? Because that was a head clash, and they replayed it like 2 times, and even the commentators were like, that was a head clash. Why is that counting as a knockdown? That's so stupid to me. Whatever. Good win for Kai Kamaka. Good scrap. Give Dakota Hope another go. This was short notice. I'd say they both deserve another go, especially Kai. But I do think Dakota should get another fight. Both full camps this time. Overall, this fight night was a fight night. You know what I mean? This was the most apex fight night, if that makes sense. It had everything. Had a few scraps, had a few good KOs, had a good, like, weird moment with the whole Barbosa upkick. I feel like every Apex fight night that's really an Apex fight night, that's not like a huge, great one, it's got to have a weird moment. This is just like the storyline for every UFC fight night in the Apex that's not a crazy one, like Vallejos versus Emmett. That was a crazy one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the fight night. But yeah, talk to you guys later. See ya.